everyone. Welcome to the Houston Millennial Podcast. You are watching a brand new episode of Millennial Mondays. I am your host, Jill Valentine.
What's up, everybody? My name is Ivan Sanchez, president of Houston Millennials, your co-host. And if you want to comment down below, we can answer any of your questions on first impressions.
Yes, that's right, guys. Today's topic is first impressions. We have a very special guest joining us. She has been making a name for herself through the real estate world and her very own networking events, touch-ups, and headshots. Please help me welcome the one and only Jeny Portillo.
Jeny, 10-second elevator pitch. Who are you?
Hey, so I'm Jeny Portillo, aka your key to the city. And I start calling myself your key to the city. And at first, it was just because I just wanted to have something that make me feel different from the rest, and for people to just have something that they can associate me with. And first was heels because I'm always wearing heels.
Yeah.
But then I
Boston
was like,
Heels.
yeah. But then, I was like, more than that. And I feel that your key to the city was kind of like the plug that can connect people or can't, match the people with their houses and do so much more. So it started with the real estate thing. But what really means to me, your key to the city is kind of like your plug to the city, but just like in
Plug.
a
She's the
fancy,
plug to the
in a
city.
fancy way.
Well, welcome to our live
Thank you.
podcast. We are live from this beautiful office building that is located in River Oaks. Come check it out with me in a virtual tour.
Dream with us. Office with Houston Millennials and GalaWorks for a place to hold a team meeting or a conference. Join a community of passionate young entrepreneurs in prime office space located at River Oaks and Galleria. Our co-working space is available for rent through memberships.
Boom! That is our sponsor, GalaWorks. If you need shared office space, come dream with us. Come office with us. We are Houston Millennials, a nationally awarded organization that promotes millennial advancement in the public, private, and nonprofit sector. You might think, how the hell are you advancing an entire generation forward? Well, we do that through 7 standing committees, 9,200 members, and 36 annual events that include politics, women's events, community service. There's just so much different things like health and fitness, our monthly networkings, which get pretty damn good. But that's what we are. And if you want to come back to any of our events, you can go to www.houstonmillennials.com to find out all the rest of the information.
Yes, and check out this video of our event, guys.
Everybody say millennial on 3. 1, 2, 3. You're very hard work.
What's up? That was Mill of Means. That's one of our elite events brought to you by the Business Committee. Shout out to Nathan and Dylan Osborne. Some of the for Dylan Osborne, Dylan Powers. Dylan Osborne was the former chair that's now the treasurer of Harris County, outgoing right now. But that was one of our events. We have 36 events. So if you want to join us, again, HoustonMillennials.com. And we're going straight into the lightning round.
Woo! Yes, Jeny. I don't know if you heard, but we like to put our guests into the hot seat with 10 lightning round questions. Are you ready? Ivan's going to explain the rules.
Yeah, so we're going to ask you a question. This is fun round. It's like an icebreaker to get you ready. It's random questions that we just asked you. We have less than 10 seconds to answer.
I say
Jeez.
5 seconds, but he wants to give her 10
Yeah,
seconds.
yeah,
That is
we'll
fine.
give
Can I
10
say
Okay.
next?
No, you can't say next.
You
You just
cannot
have
say
to
next.
answer it.
So there's just simple questions. Okay. So are you ready, Jenny?
Yes.
Woo! Okay. Number one. Do you prefer beard or clean cut?
Oh, beer.
Oh, nice. What about talking or texting?
Texting depend on the person.
that.
Which
that.
celebrity would you like to date?
Oh, I'm dating a celebrity already.
Yeah,
Oh,
but I was about to
snap.
say, if you better answer it that way, man.
So-
Where's Scott Paul, man?
Okay, so if you were invisible, who would you spy on?
Hmm.
5 seconds.
Oh my God.
Okay, 10
probably,
seconds.
probably the president.
Oh, nice. Okay, so this next question, it's kind of general. What do women want?
Money and protection.
Nice. All right. It's
All
your
right,
turn,
all right.
Ivan.
Let's go. I didn't write this question, so let's skip this one. I don't like that one. What is the last song you downloaded?
The last song I downloaded, it was Bigger Vision by Scott Paul.
Oh, ooh. Shout out to Scott Paul.
I'll ask that question. Okay, since women want love and protections, what do men want?
Man, ooh. I mean, like,
Oh, jeez.
Coffee.
man want just like pleasure and I guess money.
That's a good one.
All right. Is there one mistake you made in the past that you would change? What would it be?
Oof. Um, not investing in real estate.
Oh, there you
Sooner,
go.
right?
Boom.
Cool. That's a good one.
How many do you drink coffee?
Yes.
How many cups of coffee do you drink?
Not all the time. So it's just like once a week. Maybe.
You got here and you were already asking for a cup of coffee.
It's cold. This place
It
is
is
always
cold.
cold.
All right, and the last question, the last lightning round question. What does see you at the top mean to you?
Okay, to me it means that I see you. You're going somewhere, just like I am. So just meet me up there.
Nice, nice. See you at the very top.
Love it.
Bam! That was your 10
Okay.
lightning
Woo,
round
you
questions.
Did great, Jenny. That is awesome. We did.
We
good.
did pretty good. And by the way, all of this is brought to you by Gilbert Garcia. Check this out.
This is Gilbert Andrew Garcia of A Tip from Gilbert. Talk, inspiration, and prayer every Monday from 11 to 12. And I just want to say, Houston Millennials, you rock.
Nice. All right. So we are getting to the serious part of our interview. We did a lot of research on our special guest. And we met before. We surrounded this topic around Jeny Portillo because we met at a very exclusive place, a very nice gala back in December 2019, and she made a very good impression on me because of, imagine, right? I go to this place, I was by myself, and you had a smiling face and you were nice to me. Imagine, like, I see you months later in our organization. I would have had the worst impression of you if you would have
Yes.
been, I'm gonna not sugarcoat it, stuck up.
Yeah.
So I
Hey,
thought,
but a lot of people say I'm stuck up when they look at me, but then they see
Yes.
when they get to know me, and we'll talk about that
and
later.
that is part of our topic as well.
Yeah,
About how
first impressions.
sometimes first impressions are wrong, but that's not the only reason that we named this after you. We also know that you have events called touch-ups and
Yeah,
headshots.
touch-ups and headshots.
Okay, and I thought you did this because you want to give your guests their first impression. You
Yes.
know,
Yeah, so everything started when I started doing marketing for Toll Brothers. It's a builder, and I was under a very good boss. He's, it was my first female boss, and it was really good because I had always a bad experience with women before.
okay.
Like working, like with women, it was like never really good. But she was just like different. So, like she looked very strong. Like that approachable. But I learned so much from her, and she would always said she taught me that we make our judgment in just seconds.
Yes,
We
that's
do.
true. That's what research
Yes.
says, that we can tell if we like a person within 5 seconds of meeting them. And so yeah, so we made a clip actually of the very first day that we met, and you didn't have to be friends with me or have a smiley face with me, and you did. I was there by myself. Let me just tell you guys, man, this event was one of the biggest events in Houston. This event generated a million and five a
Wow.
$1 million. Yes,
Yes.
and this was
$1,005,000.
no a, 1,500,000. There I
Damn.
go. So yes. So tell me, I remember this event was really 50 Cent pouring us champagne, and we were on stage with
Oh,
Flow Rider.
yeah.
We were
No,
really
that was
that.
like, yes. It
Like
was
what?
really cool.
Like how were you there? How did we get there? I know how I got there. So I was at the University of Houston, right? And this big old event was going on, and it was $1,000 a ticket. And I was
Wow.
like, Jenny Mai was hosting it. Do you know who Jenny Mai is?
I do.
Okay, so Jenny Mai, she's a big name in Fox. She has her own show with other people, of course. It's a woman show, color woman show. So I identify myself with Jenny Mai, and I hit up the person that was putting the event together, and I said, I'm in school right now, but one day I'm going to have the biggest name in talk show history. I was very remote. So he like gave me $1,000 ticket, and I went. And yeah, 50 Cent was there pouring his champagne.
What's
And
up?
Jenny Mine was there. Wayne Brady was there. Like the biggest names of Houston were there. Coco Dominguez were there. But we have a small clip of that day, Jenny. Are you ready to see it?
Yes.
Okay, let's watch it. Amazing. So that was the very first time that you made an impression on me, and it was a great one. So yeah, thank you so much for being who you are, and I'm amazed from how far you have came from that day to now. 3 years later, like you have became you bloomed. What happened?
Yeah, I was definitely a different person back then, for sure. I mean, my hair was different, and I think I was like maybe like 15 pounds less. But yeah, no, I have grown so much since there, and I think that one of the reasons why I'm always very nice to other women, it's because I feel that you can't really judge a person, like right away,
Mhm.
because when we tell people that we're gonna meet someone, and it's very important that person will already like change who we
Mhm.
are.
So how important do you think, Ivan? How important do you think the first impression is?
It's absolutely everything. It can make and break your brand, right? In Houston Millennials, in our events, we don't have a dress code. We want the Mark Zuckerbergs to come out, the regular folks to come out. I don't care if it's with chanclas or your what is it, your pants sagging. It really doesn't matter. We want people's real personality to come out.
Yes.
However, you will always see me in a side in a tie and tie and suit. And brings us to the next thing is like, yes, I dress to impress because I'm dressing for the job that I want, not the job that I have.
Yes.
It truly, like, if I dress as sharp as I can with a suit and tie, with like even thinking about the knot of my tie and everything, I'm treated completely different than I would go in a hoodie.
And
Absolutely. I mean, people truly do just see that. And I'm
yes.
sorry, but I like to be treated well.
Yes.
I demand respect in a lot of rooms. I don't want to be thrown under the bus. I don't want to be treated like a side person, just like and yes, I personally treat everybody the same. However, when I see somebody, right, even if it's a CEO or a janitor,
Mhm.
someone super dressed up, even though I'm going to be cracking jokes and being goofy the way I am, it's a totally different conversation that I'll
Exactly.
have, right?
Exactly.
I'll be talking with the CEO. Let's see how I can link up. Let's trade information or try to swag, finesse myself in another way to get myself into their phone contacts. But with the janitor, I'll be just, I'll still be funny and goofy, but I'll be asking about their day and whatnot. So it really does matter first impressions. And that's something that Touches Some Headshots does is creating content
Mhm.
for
Yes.
people. Can you tell us more about touch ups and headshots? And after that, Adam Ortiz asked this question, which will be for later, but how do you deal with other businesses copying your work? And I know you told me about that before, but tell me about it.
Yes.
Touch ups and
So
headshots. What is it about?
touch-ups and headshots. So to me, that started because as a realtor, like you need to be creating a lot of content. More than just creating content, you need to stand out.
Mhm.
And and it started with like providing makeup, like professional makeup touch-ups, and then headshots.
Mhm.
But I don't know, like everybody knows that realtors, we all have the same pose. And yes, so I honestly I hate it. I used to have it distinct, like it was like the same pose all the time. When I started modeling, I realized that you can also show personality in who you are more through pictures. And then I started loving that. So I partner up, like I work with this photographer. She works with a lot of models, and she only shoots for magazines. So what I love about her is that she helps everyone that comes to the event to show a little bit more of personality. And I edit all the pictures, but when I'm looking for the pictures that I pick for everybody, I try to pick for those pictures that shows a little bit of more
Oh,
personality.
That's
nice.
why you chose that goofy one of me
Yes, I
pointing
love it.
towards
I
the
love
Exactly,
camera.
pictures.
exactly. And because you're more than, like those three pictures to me, it was like, the it says a lot more than just like a serious picture, like
Mhm.
you have the serious picture that's, like Ivan ready to go kill it. And, like we have Ivan, the friend that helps you all the time. And the person that tells you like, you go get it, you got it, like, so I feel like it's very important. And I feel like now we have um the opportunity to show that through videos,
Mhm.
pictures.
And I
So
think it's very relatable. Like nowadays, I think social media really changed the world in showing people's true colors, right? Because I don't think that every single realtor in the world should be having that same lame ass posture or whatnot. It's not relatable. Like, let's say
it's not.
one of my best friends, Jay Bustos. He's a realtor. Do you know Jay Bustos by any chance?
Yes.
And he's real hood and the side and whatnot. But he really is like flamboyant and really like
Yes.
out there showing he's loud and he's kind of sagging his pants. Not really, because he's like a little bit more than that, but he's really like tatted up and he shows that off and he talks the way he talks
Love
to his audience. And that boy's banking because he's very relatable
it.
to
Exactly.
his audience. And that's something because we were business partners at once. We are both doing commercial lending at time. And my brother really wanted this really professional image or whatnot, right? And then, but Jay was just a hell of a lot more laid back. So it's interesting of how, it changed social media content, first impressions or impressions overall have really changed the landscape
And I
of how
love
we
it.
do business,
Absolutely.
right? Houston Millennials, once our hashtag was no cubicles allowed, as in it, like we want an open space of professionals, very more accessible or whatnot. And so it's very interesting seeing that some folks, depending on the brand, like
Hmm.
Orlando James brand is more of like, oh, look at my beautiful abs and my long hair, right?
Yeah.
He gets a lot of business and views for that. And so it's interesting that you're going into like how uh touches and headshots is really about highlighting the person's personality
Mhm.
Yes.
to go
I
out
love
there a
that.
little bit more.
Yeah, absolutely. Because
Okay.
I feel that just like you said, I'm sorry that I cut you, but just like you said, I wanted to do business with people that I can relate to. And I want people to feel comfortable when they're doing business with me. I
Mhm.
have people before that they're like, if you don't change the way you dress, you're not gonna have a woman that are going to be buying from you. And majority of my clients and my biggest supporter are women,
Oh
beautiful
wow,
women.
that's
Yes. So
awesome.
it's like you
They probably
said.
feel more comfortable with you instead of like some creeper.
Yeah. Oh,
Exactly. Or just like, like I feel that more than anything is that I am who I am, and like I'm not going to change something just to, like do business with, like you said, like you gotta change sometimes the way
mhm.
you talk to people. But at the same time, like you still can do business with people because they feel that they can relate to you more.
How long you been doing real estate?
Only 2 years.
Only 2 years, and she's made a trademark already of touches
Yes,
and headshots and the key to the city.
that's right. Oh, can I ask you one? I don't know if it's private question, but
Oh,
what is the biggest deal that you have closed, Jenny? I see you. I see. That's what I'm asking. I see you like with $1 million homes. You're
Thank
you're
you.
doing big things. So
Thank
I
you.
like but I want to know
lay it
what
out there.
have you closed? What is the
Yes.
biggest deal? And do you want to talk
So
about that?
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. So it's not much about it wasn't much about the money. It was about like helping people to become investors.
hmm
And that was like I would say one of the biggest deals because I helped a client to get a house, and then she had an extra house that she remodeled by herself, and we put it on the market. And in that time, interest rate were changing and everything. And I said to her, let's do owner finance. That way you
Oh,
can
okay.
always sell it, like to the
hmm
highest price. You don't have to worry about nobody else. And we were able to sell it for the price that she wanted. Um, and yeah, I
But
was
with
able to.
owner finance, you don't get the whole money like from the get. You
No,
have to
no.
wait like a certain amount of years. Okay.
Well, actually, yeah, but like like they give you a bigger down payment, and
Oh,
you
okay.
yes, yes. So it was really good because she was able to sell it to the highest, and now she's ready to start the next one. So seeing that to me is one of the biggest
Getting
yes,
a customer to be a repeated investor so they
yes.
can bank themselves. It's pretty good. And I'm sure that you're getting most of your clientele via social media, or how is it?
So that's interesting. I would say yes. Some are through social media, and other ones are referral. Sure.
Oh,
Yes,
cool.
from my
Word of
past
mouth.
guys.
Word of
Yes.
mouth is everything. It says that what are first impressions? As first impressions are the almost instant conclusions we draw when meeting someone for the first time. And I think that includes in our social media, right? Like the
Absolutely.
layout of your Instagram. If it looks ratchet and you have a bunch of more flyers, people are gonna be annoyed. They want to meet you. But we form these opinions by quickly taking in information about a person, including their face, dress, posture, and tone of voice.
Awesome. So I have a question for you, Ivan.
Oh, snipey
What
hyenas.
do you think about people getting the wrong impression about you? Because it happens frequently. And people have the wrong impression of you sometimes. And it's like, oh my God, he's like the sweetest guy, most supportive person we
Yeah.
can meet.
And
Well,
it's through picture, I would say.
I would say no, but I had this issue back in college. I'm a political scientist, so I knew that I wanted to pursue public service or whatnot. And I would dress up as the role. When I was running for student body president, it was just, I remember someone, because I was very out there as well. I was wearing white suits and like things that bedazzled Ed Hardy shirts back in the day, like 15 years ago when it was cool. And there was this mentor, Orlando Saldana, that came up to me. Is like, "What are you doing, son? You have so much potential. Look at me, white shirt, black suit, boring tie, boring shoes. That is now your role." And that is now kind of like even my trademark, even though I throw the white shoes on there to throw people off. You're looking at my shoes, but you're not looking at what I'm saying. But
Yeah.
I remember my future, I did end up becoming student body president of my university. But I remember before I was the student body president, a lot of folks were coming that were also running for office for college senators or whatnot. They would tell me, "Man, you look so stuck up. I thought you were just this asshole that was just like so into you, and then like we got to know you and you're really cool, so
Yeah.
I'm really supporting you. And at that time I really had a problem with like, how do I want to brand myself, how do I want to do it? But right now, fast forward 10, 15 years later, I don't care. I
Mhm.
don't care if they just make that assumption right off the bat. I am gonna be me. I'm gonna be wearing my suit and tie and doing my hair did and all that kind of things, right? And I don't take offense to people actually just looking at me and
Mhm.
saying, "Hey, look at that asshole CEO or whatnot." They would have to get to know me, but it takes time to break down those barriers. And
Yes.
guess what? I prefer to be seen as the guy in a suit that might be an asshole than just a pushover overall.
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
absolutely never to push up.
I mean, like who wants to be just walking in a room when I walk into your room, when you invited me to be the MC. The
Mhm.
MC is the master of ceremonies that's supposed to be a host. If
Yes.
I came in a hoodie
Oh yeah, no. I'm
and if my
sorry.
tone of voice was like, "Hey, everybody, it's
Mhm.
time to sit down." No, I grabbed that mic. It's like, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to sit down. Even though some people thought I was the janitor for real. No, I'm just kidding.
No,
I was like,
no
ladies and
way.
gentlemen, it's time to sit down, take your seats. And it took like a good 10
Yes.
minutes to calm everybody down and get them in that room.
Yes.
But it's like the definition said, the tone of voice,
Yes.
what you're wearing
Mhm.
is, but sometimes, how is that saying? Those clothes make you, or how does it say? Something like that. You know, well,
You
at
wear
the
the
end of the day,
dress.
there's another
Yeah.
You wear
empowering
the
one that
dress. The
said,
dress don't wear you.
yeah, something like that. But it's
Right.
very important as first impressions and even content. Like I briefly shared this story the other day of when I went to Orange County, California. I was invited to this social media party in which you
Mhm.
needed a half a million followers to get in. Obviously, I don't have that, but I was snuck in, and what I saw, it was just this ocean of these kids, and not kids, they're our age, but they were truly being themselves, and they embraced that so much so that the internet loved them and they became
Nice.
like local, not even local celebrities, because these people, even when they were taking stories, I was trying to sneak in the story. I was like, what's up? I was like, that's 5 million followers you got right there, right? But it's beautiful because I think this industry, this new, brand new industry of super over information at times, is really changing the way we do business.
Yes.
Because these kids, they don't care about if they're sagging their pants or they show up to a party in chanclas. They're still gonna get paid $80,000 a
She.
post. And so it's wonderful that we now, and that's why in Houston Millennials, we say we don't want, there's no dress code. Just remember that first impressions are everything. And if you want to be known as whatever you are coming out as, that's what we want.
Yes. Oh, sorry, I have to say this, but for touch-ups and headshots, there is a dress code.
Oh, nice. No,
Yes.
definitely.
So I love fashion, and I love people that like put like I really don't care, like what you look like every day,
Mhm.
whatever. But if it's my event and
They're
we're
real
gonna be
fancy.
taking,
I love them.
yeah, I definitely want you to like dress to impress. I don't know. I think that's fun.
Can you
It's
tell?
leading by example, though, because I mean, I haven't really seen in Houston Millennials someone really just coming out with chanclas per se. I say everything's
Yeah,
allowed, but
yeah,
I think it's kind of like the branding and
exactly.
all that. Again, if there, we don't want to shut down any future Mark Zuckerberg. So if we see you with chanclas, I'm just gonna come up to you and ask you about it. I'm not gonna shame you about it. It's like, what's up? I like your toenails, man.
Yeah.
Where can we see those pictures? Those touch ups and headshots.
Yeah,
Where can we see
So
them?
I haven't got mine. Oh no,
Can,
I did get mine.
can you
Yes,
tell?
you.
Can you tell like the viewers where to
Yes,
see footage of your events and stuff like that,
yes.
and where they can find
So
you?
I definitely had to create a touch ups and headsets page.
Hmm.
So if you just like put touch ups and headsets on Instagram, you will find it also on Facebook.
Hmm.
And yes, so I did that so that everybody, like so that I can post everybody's pictures because like we were talking about the impressions and the content. I have different brands. I have Jeny Portillo, who is, a businesswoman, love to, like fashion, model, like real estate. and I have your key to the city, where I share my realtors, that because I have agents under me.
Oh,
I
nice.
share their, like listings, whatever they do, everything with real estate. And now we have touch-ups and headshots so that I can also post everybody's pictures in there, and everybody that come to those events can feel that, oh, like I'm there, like let me share this, and feel that more part of it.
And
Yes.
what can you give? What I know there's a lot of girls that want to fall into your footsteps. What is some advice you could give them? What do you have to do in order to get your real estate license? Is it test hard? How many times did it take you to take it?
Boy, that's so funny. So,
I hear
Putting her
it's
on
difficult.
blast.
yeah, no, I love it. No, the thing is like, so, like 2019 was honestly one of the best and also hardest years in my life.
Mhm.
It was like, like I was so blessed to learn the three biggest lessons in your life, like empty pockets, broken heart, and failures.
Oh,
But so when I tried to become a realtor in 2019, I was not mentally prepared and I didn't have the money to
okay.
afford it. Because, like as a realtor, and I honestly now I think that it was in God's plan maybe in that
Mhm.
time. Um, so I felt my first real estate exam. And
Did you?
yes, yes,
A lot of
yes.
people do. A
Yeah.
lot of people do.
Oh,
I know
yeah.
people that have taken it 5 times.
Oh, no.
But
But
okay.
I'm a prideful person, so I was just like, it did bother me a lot because I didn't want it to look like, oh, she's stupid. So, like what I did is like I took some time, then I studied, and I passed it the next time. And what
Nice.
I would tell people is like, yeah, the test is it's not hard,
Mhm.
honestly. And if there are things that you don't understand, always like reach out to someone, ask questions, and watch videos, and just make sure that whenever you go there, your mindset is correct, that you're
Nice.
you're going with the right mindset. That would be my advice for
Well,
the
thank you.
test.
Thank you so much for that.
What's your favorite motivational quote for just in general, any professional
Professional code.
motivational quote?
Oh, mm, phew. Honestly, I like to say, I do my best and God do the rest.
Oh, I
Oh,
like that one.
nice.
I
That's
love
pretty
that one.
good.
I seen that on your
That's pretty
page,
good. Hey,
actually.
you know what we forgot? We forgot
Yeah,
to
there's
answer this gentleman's question,
Yes.
yeah, the
which I
viewers'
know it was an
questions.
issue because I know that there were several Houston Millennial pages created, even during the campaign. Um, some political parties started putting our logo everywhere, saying the Houston Downtown Millennials PAC is endorsing these individuals, and I was getting
Yeah.
blown up or whatnot. And I dealt with it with my group in a different manner, but I don't want to spoil it for you for everybody. And I know you told me once before there was is very frustrating when somebody else, and sometimes they can come from the inner circles.
Yeah.
Most of the time, they actually come from those inner circles, and they copy you.
Mhm.
Mhm.
How do you
Deal with
deal
it?
with that?
Yes. So because the first time that it happened, it came from an inner circle, and it was done in a very, I would say, not appropriate way. I felt that it wasn't like friendly. It felt more like, oh,
Backstabbing.
yes, like we're really just like taking your idea, taking your photographer, and we want to take your makeup artist, but we won't even let you know. So it was
Ooh, I've had that.
Oh my god.
yeah, so it was like even, like they reach out to the realtors that came to my event, and like it was just like not done right. So it did hurt a lot, but how I deal with it, it's how I deal with everything. I focus on the good, and that pain, I turned it into motivation,
Mm.
and I just went harder. And after that, like it doesn't matter if there are other events. Now I think that, great. we should be doing, like other events. We all need content.
Mhm.
There's never gonna be another Jeny Portillo. There's never
Hey.
gonna be another, like headshots and touch ups and headshots the way I do it.
Mhm.
So now I see it. I'm glad that I inspire other people to do it. And just,
Always imitate it, never duplicate it.
Yes.
exactly.
That's what we said. And I remember there were so many networking organizations spawning, especially I don't see it anymore as much because they know that this shit is hard. Okay.
Yeah, they say
What we do is not easy.
Yeah,
the best revenge is success.
absolutely.
So definitely.
Just keep going because I
Yeah.
remember in the first 2 years of Houston Millennials, uh, former board members, and not even from the inside, sometimes from the outside, will pop up out of nowhere. And I remember this one time that it was really stressful because um, they were trying to post in the Houston Millennials group page that there was, and this was when we had networkings on Tuesdays because we didn't want to compete against other people. Now we don't give a damn. We'll compete against Bad Bunny, even though Bad Bunny's the ultimate. But that's what ended up
That's
happening.
hilarious.
And this group decided to host their networking events on Tuesday too, and they were trying to post on the group page, but I declined it because our event was in the same day. So
Oh,
it's my
yes,
page, right?
exactly.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Next thing I know, I'm flooded with a bunch of phone calls, a bunch of cuss words towards me. And the next thing you know, there's a webpage called HoustonMillennialsIsAfraud.com that, oh my God, these people were going ham trying to just, why y'all coming after me? Like, I'm doing my own shit. Stay in your fucking
Yeah, stay on your
stay in your
lane.
lane. And it was just crazy because it's like, guys, we're here to empower one another. I
Mhm.
do want to support your events, but we
Yeah.
just have to happen. Our event was the same day. It's our page. Why are you gonna get
Wow.
mad? Go create your own page. Go promote your own events. But it was very hurtful because even when I ran for office, I remember someone brought it up during an interview session. I was just like, hate us.
So how many
Let's
events have
hate
you
us.
had so far? 3 events, I think.
3 events,
And
yeah.
and I know you have so many events under your belt, but Ivan, has somebody that you don't like ever walked into your event?
Oh hell
Like, how do
yeah!
you feel with
That shit is dope. I
that?
love it because I remember this was like maybe I don't know, right in 2019 or something like that. Like, damn, I even posted about it because I was like, "Your event's so make your event so hot, even your biggest haters come out."
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
ooh,
that's a
that's
good one. That
And
is
they were like, I
awesome.
was just like perplexed as hell. I was like, bro, this is my shit. And you, the biggest shit talkers, are coming out to my
Dang,
event.
that's
And
a
Yeah.
good story.
that was pretty
That
cool.
is amazing. Yeah.
Okay, so how do you deal with the haters, Jenny? There's a lot of haters. You even have to deal with the haters about, you're not gonna sell any houses because the way you dress. That is pretty incredible. How
Yeah.
do you deal with the haters?
So honestly, like I said, I just change whatever, like it hurts me, whatever. I, I make that energy positive instead of negative.
Nice.
And I think that the best way to deal with everything at the end of the day is just looking inside myself, not everybody else, and focus on what I'm doing, not what people are doing. Because at the end of the day, like my life, my responsibility. Don't care who hates. Like haters are gonna hate
Yeah,
regardless.
definitely.
You do, you don't do, they hate. So it's like just do it.
Well, I love the way you dress. You're
Thank
definitely
you.
a trendsetter. What is next for Jeny Portillo? You're taking over Houston by being the kid to the city. What is next? Any last words you want to
You
tell their
need a
viewers?
key to the city.
I
That's
do.
true.
I
You
do.
need the
Working on
key,
that.
and that's from the mayor, right?
Oh,
So,
We're working on it on the next year. Next
yes.
year.
Well, I'm very happy that now I'm also part of the Houston Millennials now. I
Yay.
signed up. Yes. I love it.
Welcome.
Yes, thank you. You guys are amazing. I love the support, So I would say what it's coming in the future is besides other events for professionals, new trying to bring, like new flavor to Houston, but also fashion. Definitely.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
like modeling? Are you going to come up with your own clothing brand?
I'm going to come up with my own clothing brand one day.
Oh my God. I am so excited. I
Thank you.
cannot wait. So we're coming to the end of our program. It's been so much fun. Is there any last questions? From
Yeah,
the
well, I
viewers?
mean, just to close it out on this, on the haters thing, I know this was about first impressions. I think first impressions are extremely important. How you want to be seen out there to the world. It's like before you introduce yourself, you're already introducing yourself
Mhm.
with what you wear, how you talk, how you do all this. But I remember this quote from Mike Tyson. I heard it like maybe 2 days ago. It said, if you're friends with everybody, you're gonna hate yourself or something like that.
Oh,
Because then you
don't-
can't be yourself.
exactly.
And I'll end it with the quote of what the congresswoman once told me. Once I was in the car, I was the congresswoman's driver for a few years, and I was being hurt because I was being attacked by some powerful people. And she said, "Ivan, if you ain't got no haters, you ain't doing nothing right. So keep on."
Amen.
And
That's
that's
true.
a good motivation. Dress the way you want.
Mhm.
Yes.
Dress the way you feel. Just be aware of your surroundings. Who are you trying to impress, or the other way around? Who are you trying to repel in that? And so we have here Jeny Portillo, the key to the city, the mastermind behind Touch Ups and Headshots.
That's right.
It's a badass real estate networking event. It's really bougie. There is a dress
It's
code
badass.
We're
there.
always there. It's so much fun. The food is great.
The vibes are great. The food is great. The people are great.
Mhm.
And Miss Jeny Portillo, you have any closing remarks?
Yes. It's like I just wanted
Any
to tell
shout-outs?
people, yeah. Well, it's like thank you to everybody that connect and listen to your podcast, what you guys podcast. Thank you. I just wanted to say thank you to everybody that is out there supporting. Because like support is a lot, and we all need it. So just thank you to everybody, and yeah, do
And see you at the top.
and see you at the top.
Yeah, thank you so much for being here. It's such a pleasure to have you.
No,
Such a
thank you
pleasure
guys
to
for
always
having
see
me.
you with, this warm personality, this awesome energy. So yeah, that concludes our program, guys. Shout out to our sponsors. We really appreciate the love and support.
Gallo Works, thank you so very much for the office space. Again, any young professionals or professionals, business admins on Facebook, or you just started your business or you want to hang out with more entrepreneurs, galloworks.co is the website. Hot desk here, about 350 a month to all the way to 2,500. So please look for Gallo Works, the modern office share space here in Galleria/River Oaks. And also, obviously, shout out to Gilbert Garcia for sponsoring this show and the Houston Millennials. Additionally, there is Shipil Yolotl, our producer here. He is an excellent cameraman. Look him up on Facebook, Instagram, Tinder. No, I'm just kidding. Not Tinder. That's our boyfriend over here. But thank you so very much. And if you want to join Houston Millennials as you join our events or our membership to know more about us, go to HoustonMillennials.com.
That's right, guys. And hopefully we'll be here next Monday if the weather permits it.
And we'll see you at the what?
At the very top.
Hey!
Everybody say millennial on 3. 1, 2, 3. You're very hard work.